Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday if you're joining me live, or if you're watching this as a recorded video. Happy whatever day it is. Thank you for joining me today for our 60-minute yoga practice. Our yoga practice today is kind of chapter 2 in the session that we did previously using a chair. So you need to have a chair today. We are going to use a chair for almost all the poses. Make sure your chair does not have arms, and make sure that your chair is not going to slide. So you can either have it on a piece of carpeting or a mat, or you could even put something heavy on the chair seat to keep it from sliding. So when we do poses on our hands and knees, or even like plank and down dog, where we're on our hands and toes, we can put a lot of tension on the wrists, so we don't hold those poses for very long. But if we elevate our hips and we put some more of the weight on the low body, we can take some of the weight off of the wrists and we can take those poses into a longer duration. So that's our goal. So this is not necessarily making the poses easier, it's just taking the stress off the wrists so that we can hold the poses longer. Also, some of our balance poses are more accessible and we can hold the balance longer when we have the assist of the chair back. So we'll use the chair for those different poses today. So we're going to start seated on our chair. So go ahead and have a seat. When you sit on your chair, first of all, if you have short legs, it might be difficult for you to sit with your legs bent at 90 degrees, as mine are. So depending on the height of your chair and the length of your legs, you may find that you might need to add a book or a yoga block. You could place that on the floor and set your feet on that prop if you want to. I don't need it. My chair is low enough to match my length of my legs, so I'm going to use it without a prop, but you can use that if you like. Also, when we're seated in the chair, we want to make sure that we are not dumping into our low back, so you don't want to be in this posture with your shoulders caving forward and the back of your body touching the seat back. Instead, you want your shoulders rolled into your backwards and blades into the back pockets, and you do not want to be touching the chair back with your body back. So you want to have space between the chair back and your body. So you're seated slightly forward on that chair seat. Your knees are making a letter L or a 90 degree, and we're thinking about drawing in the navel to engage the abdominal muscles. So we're already working in this pose. It's not this relaxed, slumping pose. Muscles are energized, even though we're seated. All right, let's start with our hand gesture. Today's hand gesture is from the American Sign Language, and it's the gesture for the word dream. So take your index finger, touch it to your brain, and then as if your dreams are floating out of your head, you're going to imagine catching those dreams with a little bent finger. So do that again. Start with the finger straight, and then as you move up and away, it's bend, extend, bend, extend, bend. That's the word for dream. Let's start with some spinal warm-up here. Making sure that spine is all flexible and mobile for today's poses. We'll start with elongation. Feet are firm on the ground. Your sits bones are firm on the chair seat. Scoop the air up, stretch, and release. Inhale, lift, and release. And now think, if you were in an office, these are poses that you could do at your office chair. Make sure that your chair doesn't have wheels. You want to have a firm foundation. You want more, but these are poses that you could do in your workplace. Let's go ahead and go into seated cat. Exhale, round your back, tuck the chin. Inhale, sit tall, hands rest. Just seated cat, forward flexion. Exhale, inhale, sit tall. One more. Exhale, inhale, sit tall. Going into seated cow. Place your hands on the chair seat or on the sides of the chair seat, and then pinch your shoulder blades together and lift the heart. Exhale, relax. Do that again. Inhale, pinch the shoulder blades, lift the heart, and relax twice more. Inhale, seated cow stretch, and relax. Really think about lifting that heart as far up to the ceiling as you can, and then relax. Going into lateral flexion. We're going to want to use our hand for support here. So maybe scoot your bottom over just an inch or so you can place the heel of your palm on the chair seat. So the right hand is on the chair seat and the left hand is up to the sky. Now as you tilt your body to the side, make sure that your feet remain grounded. Both feet remain grounded, and this left hip doesn't want to roll up either. So both sits bones grounded to the chair seat, and we flex and lift up. Flex and lift up. One more. Flex and lift up. Scoot over the other way so you can take your left hand, place the heel of the palm on the chair seat, right hand up. Same thing 3 times. Lateral flexion and lift. Keep both sits bones grounded to the chair seat. And one more. And release. You can come back into the center of your seat now. We're going to go into some rotation here. Very small rotation. Slow motion sprinter. So just the arms are moving. I know sprinting is not about racing with your legs usually, but we're just going to do the upper body. So keep those legs stationary, draw your right arm forward and your left elbow back, and then switch. So you're getting a very small rotation through the upper body. Your sits bones remain grounded to that chair seat. And engage the abdominal muscles. Squeeze the navel into the spine when you do this twisting motion. One more to each side. And then return. Sit tall. Let's continue our little upper body mobility, flexibility warm-up with some waist circles. Let your hands rest on your thighs. Draw the upper body forward and then to the right. Lean back slightly and all the way around. Go ahead at your own pace. Engage the abdominal muscles all the way around. Keep both sits bones grounded all the way around, even when you're leaning off to the side. Pause wherever you are and go the other way. Your circle might be smaller, and that's okay. Listen to your body. If you're making such a big circle that it causes you to lift up off the chair seat, then it's too big. Do one more circle, and then return to center and sit tall. Going into goddess squat, but this is a non-working squat for the lower body because we're on a chair. So just open up those legs as wide as you can. Toes are pointing out, and you're bringing those arms to cactus arms, activating the upper body muscles with this version of goddess squat. Wiggle your toes, relax the feet. And we're going to go into a revolved goddess. So put your left hand down onto your left thigh and reach up and look up. And now reach over and all the way back down. Same thing, opposite side. Take that left arm, reach up and look up, straight up, and now over the head and back down. We'll do that once more, each side, goddess revolve. Right arm up, look up, stretch as high as you can, straight up, and then reach over and return. Last one, opposite side. Left arm up, straight up, stretch, reach over, and return. Beautiful. Walk those feet back together. We're going to go into a stretch for the hip called figure 4 stretch. So the goal here is to get the right ankle all the way up onto the left thigh. Let's start small. First of all, straighten your left leg out a little bit and place the right ankle on top of the left shin. You can start there. You've already got a little cross going here, crossing the midline. So if you were to lean forward, you would start to feel that stretch in the hip. So that's one way to do this pose. The goal, like I said, is to get that ankle all the way up. So you can use your hand to reach down and grab your pant leg, pull it up a little higher. Maybe if you can, grab the foot and get it all the way up. Now you can keep that left leg partially straightened out as we set it up to come into the pose. Or to go deeper, now bring that left leg back into the 90-degree bend. Now we're in that figure 4 position. Even without leaning forward, you're probably already feeling a stretch in that right hip. We're going for deep muscles, gluteus medius and piriformis. Your hands can rest on this top leg here, this bent leg. Relax the shoulders, lift the rib cage, and let your entire upper body lean forward. We're going to do that. Change the stretch right away. So monitor your body. If it feels like you went too far, then back it off. Doesn't matter what anybody else does in this pose. Whatever image you have in your mind of how far you should lean forward, just erase that image and go by feel. What is your body feeling? If you're feeling a good stretch, you went right to the right place. One more breath cycle. And lift up. Go ahead and set that foot back down, and we will do the other side. Same thing, straighten out that right leg a little bit, and place your left ankle on the right shin. And again, you might go this far and do your stretch right here. Lean forward, or grab the pant leg, slide it up a little higher. If you can, reach down and grab that ankle, set that ankle on top of the thigh. You can keep that right leg partially straight, or go into that enhanced version, taking that right leg to the letter L. Hands can rest on the leg, but don't curl inwards with your shoulders. Don't do this. Keep those shoulders rolled back and down. Nice tall spine. This might be enough. Maybe you don't even want to add the leaning forward because you might be feeling enough of a stretch already, and that is fine. If you want to progress your stretch, ease forward just a tiny bit. Listen to the messages of your body. Breathe. Imagine your breath is going into the muscles that you're stretching. Visualize your muscles getting longer. Take one more breath cycle. And move up. Set that foot back down. All right, we're going to go into a seated twist. So go ahead and move both feet over to the right side of your chair. So we're looking off towards the right. If you're using your book under your feet or your block, go ahead and move that as well. We're going to go into a seated twist, and when we get to the end of this pose, you'll be looking away from your screen. So right now, if you need to peek at the screen to set it up, that's okay. But at the end, just know that you're going to look away from your screen. Take your right arm and just rest it on the chair back. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Keep that spine tall. We're going to go into the twist now, and here's where you're going to look away from your screen. So you can look at me first, and then go ahead and do the same pose by looking away from the screen, taking your left hand and place it on your right elbow. Look away from your screen. Breathe. One more breath cycle. And release. Looking back towards the right again. We're going to go into a warrior one position here, seated on the chair. Take that left leg and point it out towards your screen. You can stay here. If you could open it up a little bit more, take that leg further back. And now throw your right shoulder back so you're still looking off towards the right. We're going into warrior one, so your nose is in the same direction as your right knee and right toes. Extend both arms forward. If you feel like you need some support, you could leave your right arm on the chair back. And try it with both arms forward, and then lift both arms up, ribcage up, shoulders down. Warrior one on the chair. We're going to go into a folding position here 4 times. Exhale, reach forward, fold. Inhale, lift up using core strength. 3 more times. Exhale and inhale. Twice more. Exhale and inhale. Last one. Exhale and inhale. Take your left arm and just rest it on your left leg. Take your right arm and cradle the back of your head. Lift your ribcage up and come into a baby back bend. We're stretching the right triceps and down the right side of the body. Breathe. One more breath cycle. And release. Swing both legs forward and come into that bent knee position. Maybe that sequence on the other side as well. So take both knees, swing them over so they're off the edge of the chair. Move your prop, if you were using a book, go ahead and bring it over to place your feet on top of that book or your block. And we'll set up our twist here, our spinal twist. Take your left arm and rest it on the chair back. Again, you can peek at the screen as I set up the pose, but you are going to be looking away from your screen for this pose. Take your right hand and place it on your left elbow, look away from your screen. Keep that rib cage lifted, tall spine, shoulders relaxed. One more breath cycle. And come out of your twist. Setting up for warrior one on the chair. Keeping your left knee where it is. Take your right leg, extend it forward towards your screen. You can stay here, but if you can go a little wider, you can swing that foot slightly off behind you. Now look towards that left direction and throw your left shoulder back. Lift both arms up. Rib cage up, shoulders down. Warrior one, second side. We're going to go into the strength move here, core strength. Exhale, fold from the hips. Inhale, lift back up. Second time, fold, humble warrior, and lift twice more. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Last one, fold, and lift. Take that right hand, just rest it on your right thigh, and take your left hand, cradle the back of your head. Lift up through the rib cage, and come into a baby back bend. Stretching your left triceps down through the armpit and the side of the body. Warrior one stretch. One more breath cycle. And release that stretch, release the arms, send both legs back forward, and come back to your seated position with your knees shaped like the letter L. We're going to go into some core strength here and also engaging the quadriceps, the tops of the thighs. Make sure you're still seated forward on your chair and place your hands on the sides of your chair. Giving yourselves a little support here. And now pick up one foot and then the other. We're marching in place. Go slow motion. When you pick up one foot, pause and then release. Pause and release. Did your shoulders start to hitch up towards your ears like this? If so, now fall back down away from the ears. Feel the engagement of your abdominal muscles and the top of the thigh as you lift one foot and then the other. We're going to add to this. Next time you lift one of the feet, pause and kick the foot out. Return and down. Up, straighten, bend, and down. Keep going at that pace, that pattern, adding that extension forward, engaging that quadriceps muscle even more. I'm going to add on again. So let's take it in slow motion. Pause both feet on the mat. And now pick up one foot, doesn't matter which one. Go ahead and add your straighten and bend. Don't put the foot back down. Tuck the knee towards your chest and then put it down. So a little bit faster, it looks like this. Up, straighten, bend, tuck, and down. All right, that's a lot of choreography, I know. Up, straighten, bend, tuck first, and then down. Join me and go at your own pace. And if you forget and you get it out of sequence, don't worry. There's no police that are going to be monitoring this yoga practice today. Do one more each leg. And when you finish, place both feet on the mat and just give everything a little shake. We're not done with that sequence though. We're going to make it a little bit harder. Place both hands back on the sides of the chair seat. Now you're really going to need some support through your hands. Lift up both heels and release. Both heels up and release. Many of you can guess where we're going to go with this. We're going to try and lift both feet off the ground without curling your body into a little ball. So here's the goal, what not to do. So don't lean forward just to bring your knees up. Stay tall. Try it with just the heels again. And then if you can, float and down. Float and down. Don't lean forward. Do one more. And release. Shake it out. We're going to do a little stretch. And then we're going to do one more seated pose. And then we'll stand up. Our next stretch is a variation of open belly twist. We usually do this lying on the mat, but we can do it in the chair as well. It's a spinal twist. So take both knees off to the right again. Open up both arms towards the right, and now take your left arm and open it to the left. So you're making a giant T, and look at your left hand. Look over that left thumb. So you're looking in the opposite direction of your knees for a nice spinal twist. Breathe. One more breath cycle. You turn both hands over to the right, release, and we'll go to the other side. So walk both feet over to the left. Extend your arms to the left, shoulders down. Open your right arm to the right. Try and go as far as you can. Maybe you can't go as far as I'm demonstrating. Maybe you go part way. That's okay. Listen to your body. Always listen to the messages of your body and look towards that right thumb. Breathe. One more breath cycle. Release the arm, release the hands, and walk those knees back forward. All right. Last pose, seated, and that actually is going to take your bottoms up off of the chair to go into chair squat, hovering above the chair. We'll start small with a short duration, and then we'll build to a longer duration. So engage the abdominal muscles, press firmly through the heels and the balls of the feet. Reach your arms forward, hinging forward from the hips. This first one, you're just going to pick your bottoms up and put them right back down onto the chair seat. So let's do it. Up and down. Relax. We're going to add to that. So now you've got the feel of it. Your muscles know it's coming. We're going to add a 1 Mississippi hold in that hover position. Arms forward, press through the heels and the balls of the feet. Hinge forward from the hips. Lift up, hold for 1 Mississippi, and release. Relax. We're going to do 2 more. The next one we're going to hold for 3 Mississippis, and the last one for 5 Mississippis. If you need to come out early, by all means, listen to your body. Press firmly through the feet. Shoulders relaxed and swing the arms forward. Upper body hinges forward. Engage the abdominal muscles. Lift up. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Relax. Last one coming up. Remember, we're going to 5. You can come out early if you need to. Listen to your body. Arms forward, shoulders relaxed. Hinge forward, press through the feet. Hover above your chair seat. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, and relax. Whew, give it a shake. Go ahead and twist the ribcage a little bit. We're going to come into a standing position. So rise up and come behind your chair. I have a mat in front of me to make sure my chair is not going to slide. If you are on a slippery floor, tile, or hardwood, you can do the same, or you can put something heavy on the chair seat. So we're standing behind the chair, and our feet are going to make the number 11. I'm going to step away from the chair for a moment, just so you can see that my feet are pretty narrow, about the distance of a tennis ball between the big toes, and my feet are parallel like 2 sticks lying next to each other. We're going to go into rising mountain here, just to energize the soles of the feet. So rise up and release. Rise up and release. Let's do one more. Rise up and release. So your fingertips are giving you a little stability on the chair back, almost like it's a ballet bar. All right, we're going to add to that rising mountain by adding a reverse lunge. I'm going to kick this furniture if I stay here, so I have to move my chair just a tiny bit forward there. So we're going to go into that rising mountain, and then we're going to take your right leg back into reverse lunge. I'm going to do it 10 times. So rising mountain, heels down, right leg back, lunge, back to flat feet. Do that again. Rising mountain, heels down, right leg back, lunge. Always the right leg. We'll do 10 in a row on the right leg. Rise up, reverse lunge. Together. Rise up, reverse lunge. Together. This is 5. Rise up, reverse lunge, and together. 5 more. Up, and lunge. Together. 4 more. Rise up, lunge, and together. 3 more. Rise up, lunge, and together. 2 more. Rise up, lunge, together. Last one. Rise up, hold your lunge. Stay here. Right leg is back, fingertips are on your chair seat, and we're going to pulse this. Very small, and think about it as an upwards motion. Think about your hip going up, up, not a sinking down into the knee, but a lifting motion. 10 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold your lunge again. We're going to change it one more time. Bear almost all your weight on this forward leg, the left leg. Keep very light weight, maybe only 10%, touching through that right foot. And we're going to tap the right foot forward and back 10 times. You might lean forward a little bit here, that's okay. But don't let your shoulders crawl inwards. Keep the shoulders back and we'll tap in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet together, rise up. Woo, shake out that left leg. Just doing a little bit of an isometric contraction there. We're going to do that sequence on the other leg as well. So variations on a lunge, a yoga lunge. Standing behind the chair, fingertips light on the back of the chair. This time your left leg is going back into that lunge. So rising mountain, heels down, left leg lunge. Together. Rising mountain, heels down, and lunge. Together. Rise up, left leg back, feet together. Fourth one, and lunge. Together. This is number 5, and lunge. Together. 5 more. Rising mountain, lunge, rising mountain, lunge. 3 more. Rising mountain, lunge, lift up, and lunge. Last one like that. Rise up, lunge, and hold your lunge. Shoulders relaxed. Engage the abdominal muscles, and your pulsing motion is an upwards pulsing motion. Hip is going up, up. This is 3 and 4, 5, 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Now bear almost all the weight on that forward leg. Don't collapse forward like this. Just pushing through that foot to have all your balance on the right foot, and the left foot taps in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet together, rise up. Woo. Shake out that right leg. Feel that engagement in the quads. Good work, my friends. We're going to do one more sequence here, standing behind the chair. Again, the chair is giving us some balance. So all those motions that require balance, we probably couldn't do it as long as if we were trying to do it without holding on to something. So this is giving us the ability to lengthen the duration of this yoga sequence. All right, we're going to bear the weight on, let's bear the weight on the left foot first. Squeeze your bottoms and take that foot kind of out to a 30-degree angle, so it's not straight behind you and it's not out to the side all the way. It's just barely off to the side. If you were looking at a clock, it would just be just past 6 o'clock. And now we're going to lift. Tiny, tiny lift. It's an upwards motion from the hip. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that foot lifted, but bend the knee. Flex the foot. And now think of there being a string attached to your heel, and lift from the heel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that foot lifted, but straighten it back out. We're just past that 6 o'clock point, and we're going to take the big toe and draw a circle, but don't bend the knee. Let the motion pivot from the hip. So draw your circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Prance it out. We're going to do that same sequence on the other side to finish off are behind the chair sequence. So bear the weight on your right foot, lift your left, come back to that point where you're just past 6 o'clock. Shoulders relaxed, don't lean into your chair seat, you're using that just for balance. Your spine remains upright. Upwards pulsing motion from the hip, knee stays straight, don't bend the knee yet. Upwards motion, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the foot floating. Bend the knee, flex the foot, and think about that string on your heel, lifting your heel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that foot floating. Straighten the knee back out. We're back at that point just off of 6 o'clock. We're going to make those circles, 5 in one direction and 5 in the other, so it doesn't matter which direction you start. Start your circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Prance it out. Again, variations of yoga balance poses, but we could never do that many in a row without hanging on to something, or that much motion as well. It would be really difficult to take our warrior 3, which is basically we were doing a variation of warrior 3 with one leg extended there, and try to make those circles without tipping over. All right, let's change our position of our chair. We're going to put it at the skinny end of our mat, and you're going to have the chair seat facing you. Again, make sure your chair is not going to slide. I have the luxury of having a wall right here, so I know it's not going to slide. But if you don't have a wall, you put something heavy on a chair seat or have it on a mat that you will ensure that it does not slide. We're going to go into a down dog plank, and then we're going to do a bunch of poses that we often do on our hands and knees to activate back body muscles, glutes, and thigh muscles. If we were to do a whole bunch of poses like that on our hands and knees, our wrists would get really tired. But because we're standing behind the chair seat, more of our body weight is shifted back and less weight is on our wrists. So this is a way we can increase the duration of those yoga poses. So let's stand in front of our chair seat and bring your hands down to the chair seat with straight legs. If you'd like, you can wrap your hands on the edges as I'm demonstrating here, or you can have flat palms. If you have flat palms, just make sure your hands aren't going to slide on the chair seat. So I'm going to wrap to the side just because this is fabric and I don't want to slide my hands. Walk your feet back, curling your toes onto the mat. Arms are straight, legs are straight. Lift up through the shoulders and you're in a plank pose. Shifting into down dog, push your hips back and stack your hips over your heels. Do that again. Inhale into plank, lift through the shoulders. Exhale, down dog. Draw your thigh bones into your legs. Twice more. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Once more. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Walk your feet in towards the chair, about halfway. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, so don't be leaning back anymore. Draw those shoulders above your wrists, and you're making a letter L with your body. We're going to go into a donkey kick first. So the leg that's closest to your screen, that's the one we're going to lift. So bear the weight on your right and bend your left knee. Flex the foot. You're going to go into a donkey kick and just keep the knee bent as you push your heel up to the ceiling and then draw that knee back together against the opposite knee. There we go. 7 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold this one up and we pulse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Bring that foot all the way down. Same leg. We're going to do a whole bunch on this leg. Take that big toe of the left foot and tap the earth behind you. Both legs are straight now. Lift up through the shoulders. And we're going to lift that straight leg up and then tap the big toe again. Here we go, 7 more. Lift and tap. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold this one up. Not too high. You don't want to be up here above the hip height like I'm demonstrating. Have that even with the hips so you're not putting tension into the low back. And it's a 1-inch pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot. If you need to prance a little bit to release that right calf muscle, you can. And then straighten those legs back out. Our next one is called fire hydrant. Float that left foot again, then the knee, flex the foot. And this time, instead of pushing up, we're going to come out to the side. The knee is coming out towards your screen. And then back down to meet the opposite knee. 7 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold this one up. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Prance it out. Go ahead and release from your chair for a second. Even though we weren't putting all of our body weight into our wrists, we still feel it a little bit. So go ahead and roll those wrists out. We're not done on this side. We're going to do one more sequence here of poses. Variations of half moon. So once again, go down to your chair seat. Take that left leg back, tapping the toe to the mat, and now turn that left foot so the toes are facing your screen. Flex the foot and lift that foot up. Again, we're only coming to the height of the hip, so don't lift up higher like this. Make sure that foot is at hip height. If this is a challenge, you could be lower. Lower is okay, but the maximum height is hip height. I'm going to go into half moon here. Maybe this is where your half moon is. That's okay. You can stay here, or you can take the left hand off the chair. Look at something that doesn't move. Keeping it on your hip, or if you want, extend that arm to the sky. Breathe. And just like we pulsed before, let's take 8 little pulses. Upwards pulsing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand down. And that foot down. Ooh, prance it out. Let's take a couple cat and cows here to stretch. Soften the knees, round the back, and then bring that heart forward, arching the back. Go at your own pace, just a few standing cat cows. And now standing child's pose. Just sink your chest towards your thighs, bow your head, breathe. And rise up all the way to standing. We're going to do that sequence on the other side. So move your chair seat to the opposite end of your mat. We'll start with that down dog plank and then go into our donkey kicks, our warrior 3 lifts, and then those fire hydrant poses. So stand behind your chair, fold from the hips, bring your hands to the chair, and then walk your feet back, curling your toes. Lift up through the shoulders, push your heels away, plank pose. Exhale, down dog. Heels and hips are aligned. Inhale forward, float the hips forward. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Last one. Exhale, down dog. Walk your feet in halfway. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Adjust the position of your hands if you need to. Don't look straight down at your toes and curl your chin inward. Look straight down at your chair seat, or maybe even forward towards the chair back. We're going to go into that donkey kick. Bear the weight on your left foot. Float the right, bring your knees together. And we're going to take that heel straight up to the ceiling. Full range of motion. Up and knees back together. 7 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This one we hold up and add the pulses. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Add a little prance. And we'll take it into that warrior 3 lift. So this time the leg is straight. Take that right big toe back, tap it to the earth. Keep the knee straight and keep that foot relaxed. We're not flexing the foot this time. Lift it up to hip height and tap it back down. 7 more. 6, 5, keep the hips square. 4, 3, 2, keep this one up. Small motion, upwards motion. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Add a prance. Releasing that calf muscle. And we go into our fire hydrant pose. Float that right foot again, bending the knee, foot is flexed. And this time the knee is coming out to the side towards your screen. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold this one up. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release all the way down. Go ahead and take your hands off the chair seat for a moment. Prance it out. And we'll go into our half moon pose. Adding those little pulses in half moon as well. Fold from the hips. Take that right foot back again. Big toes touching the mat. And then turn the foot so that all the toes are pointing towards your screen. Lift that leg up, hip height, or it could be a little bit lower. Just don't bring it higher than hip height. Your foot is flexed. You can stay here with both hands on the chair seat or take the right hand to the hip. Look at something that doesn't move. Maybe take that right hand to the sky. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Upwards pulsing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand down, foot down. Cat and cow stretch. Round your back, arch the back, and then draw that heart forward. Go at your own pace. And now sink into your standing child's pose. Bending the knees, draw your chest towards your thighs, bow your head. Breathe. One more breath cycle. And rise up once again. Go ahead and roll out those wrists. And we're going to go into our next standing sequence. This time the body's going to remain upright, working on the balance component of yoga. Our chair is going to be off to the side again, but we're going to turn it around so the chair back is closest to us. We'll do this side first since the chair is already over here. Again, the chair is just going to act like a support for our left hand. Very light, so don't be grabbing that chair back with clenched hands. Keep the knuckles relaxed. We're going to bear the weight on the left side, so whichever hand is touching our support, that is the supporting leg as well. And we're going to do 4 different motions of the hip, working hip mobility and strength. We're going to start with a forward lift. We're going to do 16 of each of these. Then a back lift, a side lift outside, and a side lift across the body. So bear the weight strongly through the left foot, shoulders relaxed, ribcage lifted, float the right, and flex the foot as you bring it forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now take that big toe behind you. Relax the foot so the foot is no longer flexed. Don't lean forward here. It's a very small lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Now we're going out to the side, working the outer thigh and the gluteus medius. I put my hand behind my back there. That just reminds my shoulders to stay back so that they don't fall forward. You can have yours on the hip as well, or just hang loose, whatever's comfortable to you. Float the right foot, flex the foot, side lift. Don't turn out, so don't come up with the thigh, come up with the outer thigh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Last motion, and this one's going across the body, working the inner thigh, adduction, adduction. Bring the heel forward so you can pass in front of the leg. This will be a smaller range of motion. Foot is flexed, heel is floating, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Rinse it out. Good work. Before we do the other side, we're going to do one other sequence on this same leg, and it involves a curtsy and a side tap. Let's start with our curtsy. So we're going to take that right leg behind, shoulders back. Make sure that this knee, the left knee, is facing forward. So don't turn the foot off to the side, because then you're just setting up a regular lunge. You want to have your toes and your knee facing forward, and the hips will go down and up in a curtsy lunge. Down and up, down and up. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to add to that one curtsy, and then we'll take it into a side tap called a tendu in the bar class. So curtsy, tap, curtsy, tap. Again, working balance with the assistance of our chair back here. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shoulders back. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet together. Last motion in this sequence, and it's also for the hip. This is a circular motion. The knee is bent and goes out and around and down. It's called a rond de jambe with a bent leg. Tall spine. Let's start with number 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 more, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rinse it out. Good work. We finished this leg, so we gotta move our chair. Set it up so the chair back is closest to you. Place your right hand, and we'll do those same 2 sequences. The 4 hip motions, 16 times each. Placing that left hand out of the way. Either just hang loose behind the back or on the hip. But keep the shoulders tall. Float your left foot, bear the weight through the right. Forward motion with a flexed foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Going into your rear motion, working those hamstrings. Foot is in a natural state. Don't flex the foot there. Keep the big toe touching, and we start our lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lifting that big toe off the mat. 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. You feel that squeeze in the gluteal muscles too, not just the hamstring. Going out to the side this time. Remember, don't turn out. So we want to lift through the side of the thigh and not turning into the top of the thigh lifting. Keeping the motion for the IT band and the gluteus medius and outer thigh. Float that left foot. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't lean sideways. 7, 8, 9, 10. Tall spine. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Step a slight foot forward. Foot is flexed. Heel starts touching. Shoulders relaxed. Float the heel. We're going across the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Relax those calves for a moment. And we'll set up our second sequence that have the curtsies. So bearing the weight, excuse me, on your right foot, take the left foot behind. Go into your curtsy. Remember, range of motion is up to you. So your foot might be a little closer so that your curtsy is here, or your foot might be further back so your curtsy is here. You pick. Alignment is key though. That's the only important thing. Range of motion is up to you, but the alignment, we'll say that's up to me. I don't want you to hurt your knee. So keep that right knee facing your screen, shoulders back, and we'll go into our curtsy dips. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Adding curtsy into that side tap. Curtsy, tap. Curtsy, tap. Tall spine. This is 4 and 5, 6, 7. Feel your balance. 8, 9. Don't lean forward. 10. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Draw the feet together. Ooh, we felt that on the IT band on that right leg. Yes, then we're doing it right. Going into our external rotation, our rond de jambe. It starts off with the bent knee coming forward, and then we do turn out and tap down. Let's start with number 1. That was just a demonstration. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try not to move your shoulders around too much. Try to move the lower body, but not the upper body. This is 9, 10, 6 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Press it out. We're going to stretch some more. We started with some stretches when we were seated. Then we did a whole bunch of lower body work. So let's do some stretches for the low body. Bring your chair back in front of you. We're going to use our chair to support our hands as we go into the lower body stretches. Let's start with the right leg. Take that right foot halfway back. Press the heel into the earth, the knee is straight. Pushing down into the earth, we're stretching the upper part of the calf, the gastroc. And now take that foot further back, pushing the heel away. Keep the knee straight again, pushing the heel away. We're stretching the lower part of the calf, the soleus. Release. Bring that foot halfway back in. And this time we're going to bend the right knee and straighten out the left, picking up your left toes and flexing your left foot. We're targeting a stretch on the left hamstring. Bend the knee and rise up. Take that right foot out to the right and bend the right knee. Shift your hips back, keep your chin level. And we're stretching the inner thigh of the left leg. Soften both knees, shift back to center, and take the top of your right foot to touch the mat, stretching the foot. Draw that heel up to your bottom. Grab your pant leg or the foot directly and draw that heel as close as you can. Keeping the heel close, push the foot into your hand. Deepen the stretch on the top of the thigh, the quadriceps. Breathe. And now take that right ankle, bring it in front of the left leg, letting the ankle rest above the knee and sink down, figure 4 stretch. You can bring your forearms to the chair back here if you like. Breathe. And we're going to rise up, plant both feet flat on the mat, and do those stretches on the other side. So take your left foot halfway back, knee is straight. You're pushing the heel down into the earth like you're trying to dig a hole with your heel. Don't lean forward, keep that chest upright and shoulders relaxed. Keeping the knees straight, step that foot all the way back. This time your heel is lifted and you're pushing the heel away from you. Lunging stretch. Breathe. Draw that foot halfway in, plant the foot flat, straighten out your right leg, lifting the right toes up, letting the right heel touch the mat, and shift your hips back and down. You can rest your forearms on the chair back here for the hamstring stretch on the right leg. Soften the knees, rise up. Take this left leg out to the left, bend the left knee, push your hips back, stretching the inner thigh on the right leg. Keep your chin level, don't hang your head. Soften the knees, step back to center. Take your left toenails to touch the mat, stretching the foot. And now pick up that foot. Grab your pant leg or the foot directly. Draw that heel into your bottom. Keeping the heel close to your bottom, push the foot into your hand. Feel that change the stretch. One more breath cycle. And bring that foot forward of the right leg. Let it rest above the knee. Hands on the chair back as you sink down into your figure 4 stretch. If you'd like, the forearms can come out of the chair back here. Going for that deep stretch of the gluteus medius and piriformis. Breathe. One more breath cycle. Rise up, planting both feet back onto the mat. We're going to add a lateral flexion here, and then we're going to go into relaxation. Our lateral flexion, separate the feet a little bit. You can use the chair if you want, or you can let your hands come off the chair. You can rest the right hand on the right thigh as you reach over and across for your lateral flexion, stretching the side body. Lift it up, switching sides. And lift up. Now we're going to go into a little deeper flexion, so if you want, you could use the right hand on the chair. It's almost a curtsy, but not quite. We're going to take that left foot behind, lift the left arm up, and then go into your lateral flexion. And now instead of just being down the side body and ending at the hips, it's going down and across the hip as well. Lift up, step the feet back together. Take the right foot behind, not as far as you would in a curtsy, just slightly behind. Lift your right arm up and laterally flex the body. Breathe. And release. We're going to have a seat in our chair, my friends. So go ahead and have a seat for our relaxation. Whew, I generated a little heat in my body there. I hope you felt a little bit of heat as well. We did some strength. We definitely did some strength, but we did some stretching as well. Trying to incorporate all of the components of our yoga practice. Strength moves, mobility moves, and then flexibility or stretching moves. Here, because we're going into relaxation, you don't have to be up forward on your chair seat. So go ahead and let the back of your body touch the back of your chair, but here don't start to curl inwards and cave in your shoulders. Maintain that upright posture. We always want to get into the habit of having this upright posture so that we don't have to think about it, and it really does become our habit to have an upright posture and an erect pose. Close your eyes. Breathe. Survey your body. Remember that we started with that hand gesture that represented the word dream. Let your dreams be big, my friends. Let there be no limits to your imagination, your dreams, your goals. Take one more breath cycle here. Open your eyes. We'll finish with a quote here. This quote is from Walt Disney, and it's about dreams. He wrote, "If you can dream it, you can do it." It's all possible, my friends. Bring your hands outside your hips, inhale to the sky. Let your thumbs touch your mind, your spirit breath, and your body. The spirit in me honors the spirit in all of you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and keep breathing.